L24. Check out this B slot. Yeah, good. So Yora and Matthew, nice job on that B slot. That little step seems to be working for you there, Matthew. Nadia, we talked a little bit about. I talked about that to Otto when he tried it as well, and I was thinking if you were going to step, it might be better to step the left leg in and come out more in a Mika. But if you're happy with that, just getting used to that little kind of side step. It's just that as the group is coming out, if you put your right foot down, it's really easy to get overrun by the group. That's why you have to take that little double step as it comes through. You see that? So yeah, maybe just thinking more like a Mika. So come a little bit more out this way, flying the right leg and just taking a step with the left leg. Okay, the 20s in the center. It'd be interesting to hear how Yara and Nadia, you guys feel like it's moving. It looks mechanically really good on this one here. So look, just break down the piece a little bit. So it looks like Yora's getting the piece moving, and then Nadia gets her hips moving around. Looks like a really nice job there. Let's check out B slot on the back from Matthew. That's good, Matthew, staying in place. You're getting your walk done during the turn. Can be a little risky. Let's keep an eye on that. Okay, fours. All right. Yeah, the technique here looks good. Nadia, Yara, maybe trying not to get too stretched out there. Yara, that's good. And then I'd say Matthew, you're a little early on this one. It should be allowing Yora through a little bit earlier and then you come through. That way at the end of your move you can have some energy that will take you to the correct side of the four. Because now it's just on the other side, unless it's a short fall. Okay, build of the L. On the build of the L, Otto, try not to give too much hips to Yora. It's more noticeable on some of them. Just kind of let Yora come to you a little bit more with a hip. So you just stay at this angle here. Now you're doing a good job on the front of that L move. A very enjoyable move. Yeah, so full. Sorry, let me just go back. Yeah, Yora, excuse me. Matthew, you're moving right at the beginning of the move and you're moving sideways. Your first move it's a bit like block 22 for you and Nadia. Nadia's hips have to move this side and the piece starts moving and then you go through. If you start going around too early, the piece kind of loses its little whip at the end that puts you on the wrong side unless you're doing a short fall. I know it doesn't really hurt you too much on the L builds, but it could do for some other builds. All right, Matthew, on your B slot 20s, so 90-degree turn in place, and really stay here close to the glass and think about keeping your center point still. All right, you see how you're moving at the second half of the move, and that's what I was saying to be careful of when I saw you trying to walk at the beginning of the 20. It's way better for you at the back here to turn in place and then make the transition. It's just otherwise you run out of space. And that's kind of what happens here is you get hit by the piece. So it's a bit of a false economy to try and walk during the turn. All right, Matthew, this looks really good. So watch this. So Matthew, you've got that cat picture between yourself and Nadia. She goes, Yora goes, and now you move through. That looks way better timing. Now as you flick through, you've got real good communication with Otto, and you end up a little straighter behind Nadia, which if we're going to a round formation, just makes a lot more sense for you to get on the back of your piece partner. All right. And this build shape of the 20, So Yora should be stopping there, and we want Matthew straight behind. Because you can see you're going to one place, Matthew, based on the shape of the start of the 20. But the piece is trying to stop on the line from the beginning between here and here. Because if Nadia suddenly starts working with you, she knows she's going to hose Otto. Yeah. See what I mean there, Otto? You're ending up with that funky body position at the start of the L. Yeah, Matthew, no, you don't need to cheat, man. On the 20 should be building between Otto and Matthew's center point. So Otto's just going to pop out. Yora's going to have to do a small rotation, otherwise Nadia gets this really big move. So where the cursor is now, that's kind of the angle of where it should be building. It now builds more to Matthew's kind of cheated stance here. So Nadia gets a slightly longer turn. And then Matthew, you're now compromised at the start of the block. The piece is going to start, I mean, it does work really good on this one. And the reason it works on this one is because you're cheated and you end up with more of an in-place turn. A little bit of a walk. But I would say let's go back to having Matthew straight on the back, rotate in place, and then a little walk at the end. There we go, Matthew, it was good timing on the 4 despite a real crunch build. Yep, looks good. Great move there, Nadia. Alright, this is coming out of time. Yeah, this is the only piece move that kind of goes a little bit funky, where Nadia starts her move straight away before Yora has started his move. So Yora does is kind of backing into here. Nadia gets ahead of him, and then we lose that integrity of the piece. Yeah, let's not worry too much about that one. The piece move was looking pretty good in the center throughout the rest of the dive. So key moments from there is Otto, your build to the L. Just keep it 90 degrees with Yora. Matthew, 4's got better and better, but more like the 22, where you want to feel like you're getting Nadia's hips off the center line and then flicking through, timed after Yora. And then on the 20 build, put the 20s on the long axis. Matthew with the straightest start to the 20, rotate in place, and then a little walk to the finish.